If your child misses the bus, don't chase after it.
There are currently close to 300 unsolved, unidentified remains cases in the state of Michigan. Community conversation gives residents the opportunity to bring up any concerns they may have in a more casual setting than a formal meeting.
Houses like these are donated to the Meridian Fire Department as a way to better simulate what a real fire will be like. This building used to be called the Travelers Club. It was closed in 2012 and it's been empty ever since.
As many know, school buses have blinking lights to warn other motorists of their next move. But those lights do not all mean the same thing. Nathan Rowan, the interim supervisor at the Holt Transportation Center, says knowing the difference can help keep everyone safe.
When the hazard lights are on and the bus is pulled over, usually it's on a multi-lane street, you can actually go around the bus slowly.
While alternating yellow lights on top are a warning that the bus is going to stop.
It's almost like a traffic light that changes position.
Owner of Mr. R's driving school, Jason Redowdy, says if there are red lights but you do not see a red stop sign, you still need to stop.
The districts that have older buses and don't have the flippy stop sign, that doesn't make it any less of a stop sign or a stoplight scenario. The red lights on top mean stop.
Lights will go on 100 feet before a turn and 200 feet before a stop.
When you see that big yellow bus in the first place, kind of be ready. If they put those yellow ones on top, stop if you can. If the red ones are on, you got to be stopped.
And if you're in doubt,
go ahead and stop, but do be aware that kids are unpredictable and we do our best.
In addition to knowing when to stop, there are other safety precautions Rowan says can help keep everyone safe.
If you're a kid, if you can reach out and touch this bus, you're too close.
If your child misses the bus, don't chase after it. Bus drivers can only see 2 feet down the sides, and it can result in a dangerous situation.
Holt Transportation and Mr. R's biggest word of advice, pay attention. In Meridian Township, Rachel Bidock, Home TV.
In Hazlet, there are a string of houses on Porter Avenue donated to the Meridian Township Fire Department. Their purpose? Training exercises. Captain Bill Richardson says that training opportunities like these are beneficial to the station.
This is more realistic than what we can use for training props. We can smoke the building up like we did today with our smoke machine, and it allows us to have a more, I'd say, more real atmosphere of training than using just our station to train in.
Houses like these are donated to the Meridian Fire Department as a way to better simulate what a real fire will be like.
Today was basic fire training, which Captain Richardson says means jumping out of windows, running into a smoking building, and more.
We did a vent under search drill. We did a transitional attack drill where we normally only have 2 people at our outstations, so we trained just as if we would pull up in a structure fire.
The department does at least some type of training every day, but it can be difficult depending on the amount of calls received that day.
We're running about 14 to 15 calls a day right now, so a lot of times training's interrupted, but we do some sort of training every day.
The donated houses are more modern, which keeps the department up to date with construction and gives the department the ability to refamiliarize themselves with equipment.
In Hazlet, Rachel Bidock, Home TV.
Help ID the Missing gives families the chance to submit samples of their DNA. Sarah Krebs is a detective sergeant with the Michigan State Missing Persons Coordination Unit.
Today we're holding a DNA drive to collect DNA family reference samples from the families of missing persons in hopes that if their loved one has been found as an unidentified remains case, that we could potentially match those cases back together.
There are currently close to 300 unsolved, unidentified remains cases in the state of Michigan. Providing the DNA donation does not take long.
It's just a buccal swab. It's a swab from the inside of their mouth. It's a very quick process. It takes about a 5-minute process to put them through the DNA station.
The donation is only part of the entire process.
We make sure that their record is still in our database. If it's not, we make sure that it gets put in. We create online profiles for their missing person if we don't have one already. And if the case is unreported to law enforcement, we make sure that it gets reported.
Detective Krebs says that DNA is a relatively new technology for missing persons cases.
If you do have somebody missing in your life, we would like you to touch base with us. Make sure that your case is still reported, and if you don't have DNA on file, make sure that you get that on file.
Potential donors must be biological relatives. In Ingham County, Rachel Bidock, Home TV.